Sup folks, this is Dan from Discern, and these are my thoughts on the new track from Knox Hamilton, Washed Up Together. Knox Hamilton is a synth pop, alternative rock, and indie rock dance band from Little Rock, Arkansas. They are most well known for their single Work It Out, which had amazing success for them and really sat alone as the only available music they had while it was blowing up. I guess they were trying to rebrand or something because they had a handful of other songs at the time. I think 2 EPs actually that they had made, but they didn't have available anywhere online. Just this one lonely single, which many people were drooling over. So for people like me, who were clamoring for more music from Knox Hamilton, and have been since 2014, we've been witnessing a strange silence, I think, over the months and years. They occasionally would say that they're working on new music, but for over a year, nothing new came out. We just kept slamming Work It Out on repeat. And possibly the EP, The Great Hall, which I think used to be available on their Bandcamp for a time. But then in 2015, they released an EP called How's Your Mind? And we got a whopping 4 songs, only 3 of them new because Work It Out was in the track list. And I know they had more in their catalog because I saw them perform live in 2014 and they played at least 8 songs. But nevertheless, that was all we got. So we slammed the repeat button on those tracks and waited for more. And since about the end of 2015, they've been promising new music, promising a full-length album, saying it's coming soon. But it seemed like a forgotten dream when you're not hearing much about it. So when I heard that new music was available from Knox Hamilton, I nearly fell out of my chair, metaphorically. But it is real. It is here. The song is called Washed Up Together, and here's my thoughts. This song is different in mood than Work It Out. It's a little more chill, but it still has all the features of typical Knox Hamilton. The bass, groovy as ever. The rhythm guitar is sharp and punctuated. The falsetto vocals are light on their feet, nimble, sort of ghostly and reverb. I think they did a good job of picturing that coastal, beachy, sun going down type of feel. It's a relaxed, kick your feet up, no worries type of vibe. And I like how this vibe matches the cover art, matches the lyrics too. It's a really unified theme and palette to the song. Specific moment that kind of stuck out to me, I really liked the text painting they sort of did in the bridge when he says, I want to go off the map with you, I want to drift away with you. And the guitar does this little drift up and down, sort of floats away. Very clever, very cool. The EQ spread on this song, pretty wide. It's got the low rumbly synth and bass all the way up to these very crisp, very colorful and lively cymbals and tambourine. It's got a brightness that's almost like a jingly key metallic feel. It's mostly from the tambourine, which adds a lot to the chorus. And some of these offbeat hi-hat accents that are thrown in. The song's overall tone, I guess, is just spread both high and low. It's broad. It makes it really sound spread apart, mixed really well. Makes it easy to hear everything clearly. The style sort of setup or the skeleton of nuts and bolts of the song is pretty formulaic, actually, in the pop music world. Synth pop, 80s pop, with a slight modern twist and some added clarity from that modern post-production. This has all been very popular lately. The tools Knox Hamilton uses, I should say, and the product they create is largely not unique, at least on this song. It's a typical pop structure, typical pop song. So, what really sets it apart? What makes it great, I guess? Well, for pop music, melody-wise, is it catchy? Is it sweet? Is it infectious? Does it have that undeniable electricity to it? Because if like a Bruno Mars song, that nobody can put down is a 5 out of 5, this is like a 3 out of 5. It's good, not terrible, but it's not as good as Work It Out, which many of us couldn't stop playing over and over and over. In terms of lyrics and pop music tropes these days, especially for young millennials. This song is a thematic dime a dozen. The lyrics are something like, we're just young and in love and we're crazy and we're gonna mess it up. It's so insane and wild, and we're just like finding our way and stuff, and who knows where we're going, but I love you and it's such an awesome adventure and I'm here with you. It's gonna be great. It's young love. Something like that. Obviously my description is trite, to say the least, but you get it. It's young love on the rocks, weathering the storms. College love, who knows? Another staple for pop of this style, the production on this track, flawless. Everything is easily heard, crisp. The dynamics are groomed and shaped to ebb and flow perfectly. No rough edges here. It's airbrushed, it's photoshopped. I don't automatically think that's a negative aspect of this song. I mean, it is stereotypical, it is unsurprising, but I don't think it necessarily detracts from the song. It's just a stylistic choice to be this pristine and glossy. And I think it is kind of nice on some level to have this song balanced and clarified with this post-production precision. Because then when you listen, I can hear everything, and when I listen for a second and a third time, I can focus in on different instruments and hear the song from a different perspective each time, because there are multiple perspectives that have been given clear voices. And speaking of voices, actually, the vocals on this track, in typical Knox Hamilton fashion, are top-notch. I mean, rhythmically, the vocals fall in line with the drums in the chorus really nicely. They pair up well to sort of give some punctuation to those lyrics, make them stand out amidst the chilled out synth pop feel of the song as a whole. The background vocal harmonies are deliciously synced and paired with the lead vocal. It's just this gentle falsetto that really makes the lead vocals shimmer. And the vocal performance, I mean, it's not as exciting as like Set It On Fire, which was from their EP, which has a knockout falsetto vocal lead. But in this song, it's still the main focal point of the song's overall sound. Overall, with this track, I just don't think this song holds up when compared to their pop successes like Beach Boy or especially Work It Out. I mean, that song blew up. It reached an audience much larger than this band had reached before. It was a huge radio success. But I don't think this new track is going to be a repeat of that moment. I don't think it's going to make its way all the way to Alt Nation. It just doesn't have the unique character and flavor to make it stand out in the overly saturated pop market. It's too average, I think, which is not always a bad thing. I mean, things that are average aren't bad, but they don't stand out. And in a crowded sector of the music world, average is a death sentence, basically. It just doesn't cut it. So I am still hopeful that their upcoming full-length album will be exciting and intriguing. They say it's coming out sometime in 2016. Don't get your hopes up. I'm so cynical, I know. But hey, their lead singer, Boots, has said you can expect it to have deep and substantive pop music. That's a quote, folks, so we'll see. Based on their previously released music, which is not a whole lot if you go looking for it, and from seeing them live from a few years ago, I know these guys have some killer talent and tangible pop energy. It's there, it is, behind the music. I didn't feel it very strongly on this single, though. But who knows? When I'm comparing it to Work It Out, you can only, lightning only strikes once, something like that. I mean, that was a fantastic track, so maybe it's unfair to compare it to that. There are links in the description for you to listen to this song and a link to Knox Hamilton's Twitter. Give the song a listen. It's 3 minutes of easygoing synth pop. You'll probably enjoy it. And if you're interested, go follow these guys on Twitter. And I highly encourage you, check out some of their other tracks. They're small in number, yes, but they are pretty high in quality. Thank you for watching this track review video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. New track reviews just like this release every Wednesday, and new album reviews release every Friday. If you have a question or a comment for me about this track or not about this track, you can comment below this video. You could tweet at me at discernreviews. You can send me an email, discernreviews@gmail.com. Have you listened to this track from Knox Hamilton? What are your thoughts about it? Are you, like me, wishing they would just release a full-length album already? I've been waiting and waiting, with bated breath since Work It Out. Hopefully we'll have something by the end of the year, Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. See ya.